when you get into Nostradamus, the screen will look like this. All right, and you know, the first thing you want to do, of course, is you want to make sure you got the right chart. So here we have a little icon here. You can click on this, and this, you know, you can set it up for your own latitude, which I do. This is set up for West Hartford now. And you can set it up for your latitude, get out of the program, it will save that latitude till you change it again. So now if somebody just called me and I want to do a horary, I can, you know, just click on the clock, all right, like this, and I go here and I say now, and I say here and now. So it will take my computer time and the latitude here, and we'll do a chart. All right, so now I got the right chart. Now if you did a chart for yesterday and you wanted to look at it, it's very simple, because you can change the date here by hitting into the calendar and put the time and date, and you know, you can do Horary chart for any time. But here, let's do it for now. Okay, then if you want to look at the chart, here it is right here. You can, you know, look at it. You can make it full screen if you want to. Half screen, we got the aspect there. Now, the next thing, of course, is to ask the question. Now, you could use like, here's the quorum. You can do it by yourself. You can say, okay, it's a fifth house question, and that if it was a fifth house question, it means it would be a 98% yes. And then you'd have all the aspect here of, you know, let's see, Jupiter sextile, you know, the ruler of the first to the ruler of the fifth. There's a sextile there, so that's 40 points. And then the south node is in the fifth. We took some points out of there, and this is how we arrive at this part right here. All right. Now, if you want to, you can type things up. You can say, will I get this job? All right, I'm not a good typer, so will I get this job? And you click, if you type your answer, remember you need a verb, a subject, a verb, and an object. So will I is the verb, I is the subject, and job would be the object. And as long as you got that, the computer understands that, and you know, you click OK, and it comes up and says, is it a career or a project? Because you know, a job, if it's your career, something you're going to do every day, that would be your career. But what if it was painting a garage or shovel somebody's snow this winter, and it's a part-time job? That would be a project. And so if you click on it, it goes up, it tells us it's sixth house, which is true. And again, the thing is high. If it was a career, click on this, then it becomes the 10th house, and there again. All right. Now, if you you could say, will my mother call me? All right. So now when my mother called me, I'll click on this, and it's the 12 and 1. Why is it the 12? Mother is the 10. 1, 2, 3 is her call. That's the third. You know, it's the third from the 10. And 1 is me, and it says no. You see, it's right there, 100% no. All right, and you can look at all the rules here and slide down and say, why? Okay, it's a no. All right, the chart definitely tells us it's a no. Okay, so now we can go and say, well, should I call my mother? Now that's a different question, right? Should I call my mother? THER, and I click on this, and now you can see that call, that's the third house, and my mother. You know, because the third house, if it was the first house and the 10th house, would be me and mother. But no, the third is the third from the first, I first, and then the 10th house. And it says 66% red, and don't do it. If it's on here in the middle, then it's as good as the other. All right. Now, another thing you can do with this is that should I buy this? All right, so you're buying something. Remember that unless it's a car, we can say the car is third house. It's a book, and the computer will find that third house. But if you're buying cereal, for instance, there's no houses you can really do that. Or you're buying, let's see, a rock. All right. So usually when we say, should I buy this, it should be one and second, because here I'm spending the money. Should I buy or spend the money for this? And here it's 38% green, so it's strong enough. I can say yes, and it's this. Now, if I want to with this, I can go a little bit further. I could say describe, and I could say, let's see, describe right here, and I could say describe as a thing, and it will tell me that in any case that there is a lot of confusion regarding this value, and it will go up and explain, something about the item, okay? And you can describe, clarified, that's health. Who did it, that's would be who. Why, should my mother call me and says no, you could say why. It's going to give you a little definition here, a little thing that says why she won't, okay? Another thing that's very important with this is that I lost my item. All right, again, item is used for everything, all right? And I click on this, and it's 1 and a 2, because any thing that you own, unless it's a house, then that would be fourth house. But any possession comes out of the second house. Should I lost my item, then I can go back here and say, find a time. I could say right here, describe, and then I could say describe a place. And it's telling me, look for the item in a swamp, blah, 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 if it's outside. And it tells you if it's inside, where it could be, right here. If you move this up here, all right. If it's in the house, it says a place where a butcher shop, that would be, outside again. Or if it's in the house, the item can be in a bathroom, toilet, blah, blah, blah. And then the thing that you can do with that is that when you describe a place, with this, find a distance here, and I could say local space. And now if you put yourself in the middle of the house, it means your item will be, you put this east, and that your item would be right between north, west. This would be the strongest here, southwest, southeast. And if you can't find the southeast, you turn 180 degrees and you look at that part of the house or this part of the house. So like I said, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. All right. Also, if you click on this little question mark here, we have all kinds of, the program comes with how to put a natal chart, working with Nostradamus program, how to ask a question, and setting option. If you click on this and say open, and see, it's going to start playing a video. See? Now you can hear that, right? Okay, so it tells you the whole video. If you stop it, you say this, and you're out of it. So it comes in with full understanding of the program. Another thing that you can do is this little toolbar here. You can change your house system. I use Placidius. A lot of people use Montanas because Lily was using that, and who cares? All right. I mean, I find Placidius worked for me very well. I consider myself to be a hell of a good Horary astrologer, so that's good. Here, rulership. This is set right now for more than rulership. If you want to, you can say set Mars to Scorpio, whatever you want. Set them all and then say OK, and it's going to save it as default. Or you can even say modern or classical here, and now that'll become classical automatically, and say OK. So now this will become, see, it just changed the thing a little bit here. I'm going to put it back to classical, modern, because because that's what I use. All right, so there it is. So there's a lot of, like I said, you can get insight into different things in your question. You can look at a lot of Arabic parts, because some people in Horary may use like parts. And sometimes you can use like part of death if it's a cat. Sometimes somebody lost their cat. You look at this, you look at a part of death. It tells you the aspect that it does. So there's a help over there. And so there's a lot of information here that tells you about Venus in opposition to the moon. It tells you all kinds of stuff about this. If you're a beginner, you'll learn a lot from this, okay? Because there's a lot of information, insight information. But after a while, all you want to do is to find out if it's a yes or a no. Now, what I do with this, do I trust this computer program? Yes, I do. Why do I trust it? Because I know it's going to find the right houses and the right thing. And then once the computer says no or yes, it's going to happen. I put the chart up, all right, like this, and the chart is at the bottom here, and then I look at it. Then I try to work and say, okay, the program said yes. Let's see if I can twist this little thing to say no. If I can't, then I know it's a yes. So it's like a little Alfie being right there with you, next to you when you're doing horary. All right, it's like, okay, you look at it, you come out with your own answer, then you go into the Nostradamus and you hear little Alfie saying, well, the rule of this does this and that, and this is what it's for. All right, it's a real good program, and it's a knowledge program, and it's very smart.